it day 4? I think it's day 4. Welcome. Made it to Birdsville. Fantastic. And what time is it? It's 10:45 and it's about 38 degrees Celsius, so it's another warm day. Today it's going to be, we're here in Birdsville today and also tomorrow. I've met up with my friends and we're just going to go out to Big Red, which is about 40 kilometers west of Birdsville, the largest sand dune in the Simpson Desert, and we're going to do some photography and some photo shoots and test out. There's 4 of us actually, it's 4 cars, and we're all going to have a go at Big Red, let the tyres down, make sure that everything is running smoothly. So it's a bit of a test day, test all the vehicles, make sure that we're all happy with everything that's going on, all our gear, photo gear, water, whatever, and that would be good. Alright, well, I'm in low ratio, 4-wheel drive, and I think this is pretty easy, so I'm actually going up in 3rd gear. 3rd gear, low ratio, 4-wheel drive. And I'm guessing it's going to be pretty easy, which it is.
You're all set up, Joseph? Yes, I'm fine. Camera's working.
Alright, so we're good to go. Yes, well, Little Red's quite straightforward. So that time I went high ratio 2nd gear, so it was all pretty easy. It's going to be different on the Big Red. So latest update, so I've let the rear tyres down to about 13-14 psi and the front tyres down to about 10 psi. I still think low ratio 2nd gear is the right for this troopy, because I just run out of power in 3rd gear low ratio, especially when it gets to the end there. Alright, we'll give it another go. We made it!
Well done!
Yeehaw! Oh well, so that was the magic formula. Momentum! Low tyre pressures, and that's it. Yippee!
That was better.
That was better.
I was giving up on filming, so sorry for this.
There you go.
I just gave up the last one. Yeah, but 10 psi.
I didn't get it myself.
But Richard was filming.
Good. Perfect.
And you have been filming.
Yeah, I've been filming as well.
Well done, well done.
Thank you very much. Got there eventually. 5th attempt, but that's usually the case, isn't it?
Yeah. What was that, 2nd gear and full flat?
Low ratio 3rd gear.
Low 3rd, righto.
Foot flat to the pedal. Just find a shady spot to pump up the tyres again. We're just preparing for the crossing of the Simpson Desert. So we're here in Birdsville for a couple of days and it's 42 degrees every day. Today I haven't been driving it at all, so I've just been using my lead acid batteries in the car, and my auxiliary battery now, the voltage is so low, so I've actually switched across to the iTECHWORLD power station. 1300p, and that's driving everything. It's driving the fridge and using the solar blanket, 200-watt solar blanket, to put charge back into the power station at the same time. So it's charging more from the solar blanket than it is being consumed. So eventually the power station will go to max capacity, which is good. So heading off to the Simpson Desert tomorrow. It's going to be 42, 43, whatever, for the next few days. So hot. You will see. Right now the phone's about to pack up, I think, because it's getting too hot. Got a bit of a hitchhiker here on the French line. Got a little grasshopper. Yes, lots of grasshoppers around right now. Heading across on the French line across the Simpson Desert. The temperature right now is 43 degrees Celsius. Pretty hot. So there's well, there's three of us. We're staying close together, reasonably close together, so it's easier if there's any oncoming traffic. But will there be any? Who's crazy enough to go and cross the Simpson Desert when it's 43 degrees Celsius? Who? Anyway, it's like we are. Yeah, apparently some of the large salt pans are still quite muddy, and there have been a couple of people that have come through Birdsville and they were looking pretty bad. A few people got stuck as well. I had a bit of a surprise on this sand dune here. I went over the top and then there was a real dump and then a pick up again, and then it just went bang. This whole dash with all the assemblies and everything all came crashing down into my lap. Oh, that was a bit of a surprise. It's all fixed now. I had to use a couple of cable ties to hold it all up again. Yes, most important tool on this planet when it comes to the bush, it is or are these things, cable ties. You need a lot of them to hold things together. All right, that was a bit of a surprise, but it's all fixed. This is a nice section to film because there's a lot of action, up and down, turns and everything.
Like a roller coaster.
I can see when this video gets published and I use some of this clip on the video, people are going to complain saying, "Why are you driving so close?"
People are always complaining no matter what you do.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a cut. That's in the can. Thank you very much. morning, everyone. Yes, it's another day in the Simpson Desert. We camped on top of a sand dune, which is the first time I've ever done that, and we were all alone. It was fantastic. We had a constant wind coming across the sand dune, which kept the flies away. Yes. And we had a beautiful sunset, and it was fantastic. And in fact, during the night, there was a wind change from this northeasterly or northerly wind to a southwesterly wind, so the temperature did drop. It went down from 45 degrees down to about, I don't know, what is it now? It's 37 now, so it went down probably about 30 odd, 32, 33, anyway, pleasant, at least that was good. Yeah, so we're going to be going along the French line here, and we will end up at Dalhousie Springs today, which is great for a swim in the hot water, but no point swimming during the day because it's hot. But at night swim, it's great. But the downside of Dalhousie Springs is that the mozzies are vicious, so you want to make sure you got a tent with a fly screen, otherwise you're going to get attacked. All right, that's the update. On with the show. Momentum is your friend.
That's it.
So I went low ratio, third gear for that one.
I used the second one.
Second gear, yeah. Low ratio or?
Low ratio. I first tried it without low ratio.
Yeah. Update. Things don't always go to plan, and right now one of those things that don't go to plan. So Frank's car, we think it's a fuel blockage, so we can't start the car. So we're still sort of experimenting to see what's going on. It's a petrol car, and yeah, so we've got great minds working on it again, like us. Anyway, we'll see how the progress goes. Needless to say, it's bloody hot, 45 degrees right now. The diesel cars are going okay, and this is the first time that Frank's had the problem with his Toyota Land Cruiser petrol version.
Can you drive undisturbed with our headlight on?
Yes, you can use as many lights as you like. It doesn't affect me at all.
Okay, great, thank you.
This was a bit of a fiasco, but I think we've got some solution. We've got onto Germany through a satellite phone to Frank's friend who was involved in the building of the car, and they were able to work out how to bypass the electronic control unit, ECU, which sends a signal back to the fuel tank to stop the fuel from flowing. There's some sort of an issue with this ECU, and they were able to get a piece of wire and bridge the ECU out of the equation so that the pump is working as soon as you turn the ignition on, which you would expect, and then the car can operate. So that's what's happening right now. So as long as the piece of wire that's bridging the connection holds in place, which has been all taped down, it should be all okay. So, all right, the time is, what's the time? It's almost 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. We've got probably another 2 hours to get to Dalhousie Springs, but I think we're all looking forward to doing that, because at least we can have a swim at night time in the spring, which will be outstanding. And then we'll camp the night at Dalhousie. Yeah, so it's good that we're traveling at least more than one car, so we can sort of help each other out. But in this case here, Frank, because he knows his car so well, even he was able to diagnose what the problem is, together with Thurston, putting in a lot of hard yakka and moral support, able to get it all going again. So that's fantastic. All right, let's enjoy the rest of the evening as we get to Dalhousie Springs. Yes, well, okay, so we camped at Dalhousie Springs and had a wonderful swim both in the evening as well as in the morning. Yeah, so the status on the cars, all the cars are going well. I had a fuse blowout which got rid of my headlights, well, actually my spotlights. So why that blew, I don't know. So it was a simple matter of just changing the fuse and then everything was working. So everything's working fine for this car. Frank with his blue Land Cruiser's having a lot of problems with his fuel. So Frank is going gung-ho to the nearest service station. And I'm taking a bit of a detour to Mount Dare, get some refreshments. And eventually I'll head to that same service station, and then we're going to go in convoy up to Alice Springs, where there is a Toyota service centre where they're going to have to diagnose what the problem is. So really we can't take Frank's car out any further, out bush, anywhere, until that problem is being resolved. Where we go from there, who knows? I guess we'll just have to accommodate the situation, whatever it may be. Alright. And today is a special day. It's my birthday. Whee! There was 3 of us back in 3 cars back in Simpson Desert. Frank and Brigitte in the 200 series chopped up camper conversion Toyota Land Cruiser, and then we had Kirsten and Eva, both from Germany. Yeah, so we all got split up. We left Dalhousie because we split up. Frank was having problems with his car with his fuel injection, so he went ahead. We knew what route he was going to take, and eventually we would catch up because he wanted to get ahead and get to a service station quickly and then try and get to Alice Springs for parts. And so I then went with Kirsten and with Eva, and they went to Lambert's Geographic Centre of Australia. So that's where they spent the night. And I continued on with the hope of catching up to Frank, but I couldn't do that, so I ended up camping in the bush somewhere. And Frank and Brigitte camped at Rainbow Valley. Now they are also ahead, they are in Alice Springs right now, and the last message I got from them was parts not available. I don't know what the solution is at this stage. I'm about 70 kilometres from Alice Springs now. I'll have an update later on today and see where our journey takes us next.